Hey, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are you? This is Freddie Ewan, three-time GM of the Year, 2022 Panthoen Cup champion, 2023 regular season champion, the 2024 Panthoen Cup runner-up, and the only GM in TPFFKL history to make the playoffs all 4 years. This is the kickoff to the fantasy football year. I got two of my favorite people. This is a very special night because not only do I have Commissioner Softee in the house, Mr. Rich Michelli, but the only man who has the GM of the year before award besides me, Mr. Jdot, Brian McCluskey. How you guys doing this evening?
Good, Freddie. Thanks for having us. Getting ready for the fantasy season's coming up upon us very quickly. Brian?
Yeah, I'm thrilled to be back. I haven't been on one of these episodes for I guess about a year now when we did the schedule release, and it's good to be back. Kind of miss a little bit of it, so looking forward to participating today.
Our very first guest on this show was Brian McCluskey, and the only show that has had over 100 views. So that's got to say something. And it's like I told you this last year, Brian, how depressed I am. It's depressing not having you. I have tried everything that I freaking could. I have called you, I have texted you, I have called you names. I tried to be nice to you, I've tried to be mean to you, but for some reason we cannot get you back into any kind of fantasy football whatsoever. And here's the thing that I was thinking too, Rich. If the last two losers of the Panthoen Cup have both jumped out
Right.
for the next season. So, Doug lost the Panthoen Cup in 2022, bowed out. Brian lost it in 2023, bowed out. I lost it in 2024. That remains to be seen, but hopefully I'll still be around. But I know, I know cousin
Don't worry, most
Pat's
of the
got
league was hoping you would bow out, but damn it.
I know cousin Pat has a ton of cap room, Brian, and he's looking for help. So there are co-GMs available.
I'm continuing to monitor the situation.
So
Brian's going to
and
get a
this is
taste
one
with
thing.
the Guillotine League, so you should see some Brian work there.
Oh, that's right. I get where he was out the first week last year, right?
Yeah, you'll definitely do better this
1
year.
week.
I guarantee it. I will put a bet on that.
I did a lot of research too, and I was gone the first week. That was very depressing.
Yeah, that's quite the league.
So I just want to before we get into this is something that I've always wanted to know too, okay? And maybe I'm just a, dumb American, but Brian, behind you, you have all your awards and whatnot for being in the Navy, right? I always think that you're like on a ship fighting Japanese, but you're like a IT genius. So just how did all that come about exactly?
Well, it's actually Air Force.
See how
My
dumb I am? It's like in a
you're,
plane fighting the Japanese.
you were close. You were close. I'm an Air Force brat. My dad was in the Air Force, so I knew at an early age that I wanted to enlist. I enlisted while I was still in high school, and spent 26 years and some great memories. Did a lot of different things in the military. Command and control, air operations. Worked in Intel for a while, so did a few different things. Was over in the Persian Gulf for Desert Shield, Desert Storm, so had some pretty interesting experiences over there. But yeah, it's been a great career. Retired in 2012, and now I get to look at that and remind me of the good old days.
I'm always envious, man, because I see this Excel stuff from you sometimes, and I'm just like, I don't. I've watched. You always tell me to watch videos, and I still watch these videos and still have to call you because it's amazing how you can put these together. And last time we had this show, we had a bunch of people comment on the show and email us asking to get this schedule out. So I think that, for their league. So I don't know. I don't know. We could start patenting some of this almost sometimes, I think.
Well, I'm happy to help. If anybody's got an issue that they need to talk to somebody about Excel. But I've been doing a schedule for my league for years back when I had it, but nothing quite like what we've done for this league the last 2 years, and just trying to improve it and make it better. But the whole randomized schedule thing is kind of fun, and doing it on a show like this gets people excited, and I'm just grateful that Rich trusted me enough to try it out last year, and I think it worked rather well.
It was a big hit,
Well, the members of our league, there's nobody we could have trusted, Brian. You had that by a mile, and thank you for your hard work putting this together, because it looks sweet and it works well. And we did have some adjustments this season. Freddie, it was voted by the board, the esteemed Tpffkal board, to adjust rivalry week from week 10 to week 1. So we start off with a lot of banter before teams. Maybe their schedule is a little difficult and their record falls off and they lose interest. This way, everybody starts off the year and have bragging rights for the next 13 weeks. So it's kind of fun. I mean, if you and Brian had your rivalry week from the beginning, we would have heard about it forever.
Would have been great.
So I'm ready to share my screen, Freddie, if that works for you.
Absolutely. The one thing, I know that my rival is James now instead of Jdot, and James, was the Waffle House winner last year, and now he's got like $487, and he's like a fantasy football Rain Man. So,
all right, can you see what I've got up? Freddie, can you guys see this?
I see it.
Okay, so we'll start here on the left. Random schedule over 10 weeks we just put the names in randomly in order. Rivalry week, that'll be should be week 10, but we'll get that changed. Don't worry about that. That is the rivals: Freddie and James, Rich and Sean, Joe and Champ, Teji and Pat, Neil, Jimmy, and Bowser and Devinder. Any questions there, Freddie?
No, looks good.
Looks good. Previous season standings, we did it into groupings: James, Teji, Freddie, and Jimmy, Sean, Pat, Joe, and Neil, Rich, Champ, Bowser, and Devinder. That sound right?
That looks pretty even. I can tell you that looks pretty even.
Okay, and then this random week, we're going to randomize it in just a moment here, and these will change. But if we go down, this is what we want to look at. The game counter, we don't want to overlap. So if we look on this left one, the most somebody plays each other is 2 times. And we got to make sure that nobody plays each other 3 times. That's fine. Over here, we're going to randomize this, and you see week 1 is in green. That'll be the rivalry week, and then all this will be randomized. And if it's in red, that means you play that team twice that season. And down here below, we have the league awards going forward. You see the win percentages over the 4 years of our league. Freddie has a 689 leading win percentage, and down at the bottom, Devinder has a 304. And then everybody between Neil, Jimmy. There's some consistency there with Neil and Freddie. Jimmy is a little bit up and down. I don't know why this is not letting me see this.
Slide it to the right a little bit.
What's that?
Yeah, slide it to the right a little bit, I think.
Yeah, it was fine a moment ago.
It's because you went from 110% to 85. There you
go. Sean has been actually very consistent, so he's up higher. I've had some boom and bust seasons. Bowser, Teji, James, cousin Pat, who took over for what, Zach, right?
Yeah,
And then who took over for you, Teji, right?
Teji. Yeah.
Brian, there you got Jomu, Champ, and Devinder at the bottom, which is in some respects not too
I
surprising.
think that's interesting looking at that. I only have one more Neil, one less loss than Neil, but 7 more wins, and that comes from making the playoffs every year, Neil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Neil gets the 777 award. So that holds down his number of games.
He thinks he's the man now.
We have it broken down into the competition: Freddie versus Teji, Champ, and so on. So that's all listed there. Postseason appearances here in the middle, and how many top 3 finishes, and then some other random league awards. I will be emailing this out to the league when we get the opportunity.
And you see that Jdot, you're still in the record books. You're still
I
in the
see
record books
that.
down there, baby.
I
And
like that.
it's not bad. It's largest margin of victory and most team points. I mean, that's impressive.
You may see me back here soon adding to those records. So you never know.
That would be the greatest day of my life.
All right, so if we get, we're going to try to randomize this 3 times, and then the 4th time will be legit. How's that, guys?
Perfect.
We just want to make sure that we don't have any of the pink background in columns 11 and 12, right?
Pink backgrounds in 11 and 12. That means that to Brian's point that they're back to back, and we're going to try to avoid this James, Jimmy situation. All right.
Correct.
So this is the first time. Let's see. This is second time, third time.
That's it.
Ooh,
and so this next one should be the one, unless we get no pink on pink. So this will be the legit
perfect
schedule.
That is it. Cousin Pat in week 2, baby.
Oh boy.
Yeah, the week 1 is your rivalry, and that didn't change. And then week 2, oh, sorry guys, I'm just trying to take a screenshot of this before.
There you go.
So go ahead, Freddie. You want to talk about some of this?
Yeah, so we get and just to let you know, everyone is going to get a copy of this too, so everyone will know the schedule out. Like, I'm sure the commission is going to send it out immediately, but I think it looks, it's really hard to tell this year almost who the favorites are. I know that, James is obviously going to be up there. He's looking to go from first to worst to first. Just to take a look at his schedule. He gets to play me twice, and really, I don't know how good I'm going to be because I think I'm starting with $12. I know that Pat should have a good team. Like I said, the only person who can beat Cousin Pat is going to be Cousin Pat. Teji is Teji's a good player. I think Teji's going to be there. Neil keeps talking a lot of shit now. Neil thinks he's the man, and he's talking a lot of shit to Bowser. He's got to play in week 3. I think who's going to struggle a lot this year. He made the playoffs last year, but he is going to struggle a lot this year is Jonathan Champ. So if you get to play Champ twice, which is Devinder, Rich, and Bowser, you're in good shape. The other teams that I'm a little worried about is obviously I think Joe Moo had a little bit of a disaster last year at the end of the season. Joe Moo is going to have to pull some stuff out of a hat, but I think he's kind of got an easy schedule. He's got to play Pat twice. He's got to play Neil twice, and he's got to play Sean twice, so maybe he doesn't. And then, of course, Rich has a lot to prove this year, too. Rich came in with the biggest amount of cap room last year and missed the playoffs, proving that having the most cap room does not necessarily mean that you're a playoff team.
Yeah, unfortunately, I did prove that for everybody, so you're welcome.
And like it is every year, everyone thought when we did this, with the trading a cap room, for next year, that it was going to be that there were going to be teams on the bottom flipping to the top and vice versa. And I think that this might be the year where you really see that, because a lot of teams last year, Brian, if you saw this during the trading deadline, just got completely out of hand. People were buying players for ridiculous amounts of money. I think I had a crappy team and got really lucky with the first 7 games. I think I went 6-1 and then just spent like crazy where I basically had nothing, but a lot of other people did that too. So I think you're going to have a lot of teams that may be really top heavy or bottom heavy, but it's also fantasy football. It's 1 game a week. You can buy a guy for $65 and he's going to end up tearing his ACL in the next game. You never know. So it's that's the great thing about fantasy sports is it's really like rolling the dice, and it's a week to week game. All you have to do is win that week, and you know you never know what happens in fantasy football either. There's so many variables that happen, and players and plays, and who's going to play this. So I think it's going to be a fun season. I'm looking forward to it.
Sounds good, guys. Thank you, Brian, for your time putting this all together.
And
You're more than
Jdot,
welcome.
once again, thank you so much. I really appreciate United States Air Force. That's the show. Bri, you ever want to come back? You're welcome back. I didn't get a cameo for you this time because it didn't work last time, but maybe I'll have Robin come to your house and I won't go there. But anyway, guys.
All right, later,
Thank
Freddie.
you guys so much, and we'll get this out to everyone. Have a
Thanks,
great
bye.
night.
Sounds great. Thanks for having me. Take care.
Take care.